know you've had a chance to work with a lot of guys, line BP, side sessions, things like that. Anybody caught your eye? Anybody stood out here these first couple of weeks?
Yeah, the majority so far. I mean, every live session that I've caught has been borderline flawless, just as far as executing the pitches, commanding different areas of the zone, getting the correct spin and movements. It's been really impressive so far. Even into the bullpens at the beginning. A number of guys have caught Felix's, commanding the ball everywhere, up, down, in, out, multiple pitches. I could pretty much go on and on with all the guys I've caught personally. Dayton, Freed, Soroka, Green, just everyone kind of looks ready to go.
You mean you competed against Felix in the American League for a number of years? I mean,
how are my numbers?
I haven't looked them up.
Me neither. I don't think they're that good.
I'll get back to you on that. But no, I mean, just if he can get even anywhere close to the guy he was all those years, I mean, how big of an asset could that be for you guys?
Yeah, that'd be real big. I mean, I think you look at the last couple years, how we've been able to get some guys in similar situations. I mean, specifically like an Anibal sticks out where, I mean, he was a tremendous asset for us throughout the season. So I think this is that same kind of situation. I know he says Felix feels healthy, he feels strong. I caught one of his bullpens, and he seemed healthy and strong and very good command and a little better off speed than I even thought he had. So I was pretty excited and encouraged seeing that.
I know you guys can only do so many days of just workouts on the backfield to get itching to get the games going tomorrow.
I'm sure they are. I'm not playing, so no, I'm not. But at some point, yeah, it's spring's long, but at the beginning and the games seem to come up pretty quick. I think maybe more so for catchers, where it's hard to get live pitches as far as at bats, but we've also thrown the bases only once at this point, so I'm kind of glad they're keeping some of the older guys out for a little bit so we can try a few other things a few more times before it sort of counts.
You mentioned how well everything is going. For reference, how does that compare to recent years, and how much better is it, I guess, this year than maybe other years?
Well, I think the majority of guys are coming in here knowing there's only a couple spots, so maybe they started some things a little bit earlier, so they're a little more sharp from beginning to end of camp. Whereas I guess a few years back, it was more like, okay, who can we find that looks good, that can, maybe do something for us. Now these guys know they're coming in here to fight for, just a handful of spots or less. So I think the competition has been raised because of what we've been doing the last few years, the success, and a lot of guys want to come in and be a part of it. So, the competition makes you raise your game and your edge and your focus, even in bullpens and live BPs, because every opportunity to make an impression is a big one for these guys.
I know last year coming out of the pen, Nuke just seemed to be a different guy, maybe more confidence, maybe more aggressive. If he can carry that into the rotation, if he makes the rotation coming into the season, what kind of a game changer can that be for him, just having that mentality from the time they say play ball?
I think it could, because I think if we look back at some of his good starts in previous years, I felt like it was more that attitude, that demeanor, that I'm firing this in there, try to hit it kind of approach, which I think is what he carried throughout most of last season as a reliever. So I think that might just be who he is. He has to kind of pump himself up a little bit and have that mindset, you can't touch my stuff. And I haven't been able to catch him or see him yet, so I don't know where he's at. I know he's working on trying to get a better feel for his changeup, which he used to have a real good feel for, but it's a little more difficult to get to that pitch too often when you're throwing 97 with a pretty good curveball to go with it for just a handful of hitters. So I know that's something he wants to focus on. So hopefully that's going well, but I think when he's aggressive and that demeanor, he's definitely a special guy out there.